All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. Talking some more about the Sebastian Rogers stuff going on. See right here behind me, it looks like JLR is going to talk about Chris, Proudfoot, and Seth Rogers working together possibly. It looks like he said Chris may be willing to work with Seth Rogers and trying to find Sebastian. And there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff, in my opinion, uh, going on the side of Chris and Katie Proudfoot. A lot of and that side of just that whole side and their people they're associating with. Um, Nina come out and said this is why I think it's I don't know I can't tell Seth what to do, but and you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about this, about my opinion here. Nina come out and said that Chris used to talk to her, get close to her, and get information or something, and then try to use that against her in court or something like that. Um, Sneaky, not sneaky shit. Anyway, I don't know because of what all Nina has said that Chris used to do, as far as trying to get close to her, get her to say some stuff, and then use it against her. Um, I really don't think it would be a good idea. I mean, I would just be like, hey, you all do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. We'll be cordial and all that. But, I mean, I just don't know with the history of, Chris and how that side works. I don't think I could, because there's a lot of, you're hearing on that side, you're starting to hear a lot of blackmailing, this and that. I mean, who's to say what could happen if, Seth completely opens up to Chris, right? Anyway, and the other thing I wanted to talk about too is when it comes to that side, talking about Chris and Katie, right? When it comes to them, why does it have to be Chris all the time? Like JLR, his thumbnail here, it's got Chris and Seth on it, right? They're willing to work, or Chris is willing to work with. Why does it got to be Chris willing to work with Seth? Why can't it be Katie willing to work with Seth? Right? It's not Chris's son. It's Katie's son. It's Seth's son. Right? I mean, you would almost think that Chris and Seth had this boy together. I mean, it's not Chris's biological son. It's Katie's biological son and Seth's biological son. But I mean, it's just weird, guys, how Chris, when it comes to Chris and Katie's side of things, Chris has to be, I don't know. I mean, I would have more respect if it was Katie wanting to come out and work with Seth on trying to find Sebastian Rogers than Chris wanting to work with Seth. It just seems kind of shady and weird that all of a sudden Chris wants to, now I may be wrong, but when I heard Nina talking about, Chris used to always try to get information from her to try to use it against her. And now we're hearing that, there's a lot on the Chris Proudfoot and Chris and Katie side of things and the people they're associated with. You're starting to hear, the word blackmail being thrown around. And, now Chris is wanting to get close, I guess, to Seth and work with him on finding Sebastian Rogers. I'm telling you, I would have more respect for that decision if it was coming from Katie. You know, if Katie's picture was on here with Seth, on this thumbnail, if Katie's picture was on here with Seth, that right there is what would win me over. Not Chris being on there with Seth. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. It's just, I've got my guard up. I would have my guard up, in my opinion, if I was Seth, with all the shady stuff, you know, that we've heard, and all the alleged stuff that we've heard in the past, you know, with Chris from Nina. So, and other people too, you know. So I mean, that's my thoughts. I seen that video, or, you know, he's going to do it at 3 o'clock. He's probably doing it as I'm up, you know, talking about this right now. But where's Katie at in all this, guys? That's my big question. Where's Katie at in all this? Why has it got to be Chris? It's Katie's son. It ain't Chris's son. It's Katie's. It should be her and Seth trying to find him, not Chris and Seth. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Am I right? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next video. Y'all take care.